Hi friends, happy Sunday. This is going to be a super quick reading. Well, I say that every time and it's never really super quick, but the intention is to be super quick, just to feel around the energy to see what John O'Keefe can tell us about what happened to Charlie Kirk. Just digging into channeling somebody else's energy who's outside of the situation to see what an outside perspective from the other side looks like in this particular craziness. So that was my intention. I do just want to say really quick, I do have the 9K giveaway going on right now for the Edgar Allan Poe themed box. There are some Edgar Allan Poe themed goodies in there, a candle, the Edgar Allan Poe tarot, a raven statue, a raven crystal, a raven composition journal, a nice pen. So, you know, he was a writer, so we kind of went with the writing theme. So we got the candle, the notebook, the pen, the tarot cards, the little crystal. I have it right here actually. There's some other goodies going in there. I haven't fully put it together yet, but how cute is this little raven crystal? If you guys didn't know, I actually collect, just recently started collecting little figurine or carved crystals. I've been getting gifts lately of carved crystals, so I wanted to kind of pass on the fun and send you guys a carved crystal of the raven with your guys' 9K giveaway. I'll show you what I have so far, and I love the idea of collecting these. I have a little shelf up there with all my crystals on it, but this was a gift, this little labradorite cat wearing the witch's hat. And then this was sent to me by Lana. She's a member here. I don't know if you guys can see. It's a little rose quartz cat. I have a rose quartz cat in the candle someone gifted me, and then a friend brought this carved snake back to me from Peru. It's hard to see. Yeah, I love the little carved crystals. So yeah, started collecting those. I love that so much. You guys will be getting one like that, one of those little black raven crystals. How to enter. The video I did, I think it's like a 25-minute video on Charlie Kirk's security detail. That is the video you need to go engage with. You need to drop a comment, an emoji, something on that video. I will just be choosing one of you at random. Unfortunately, because the box is going to be pretty heavy, this will be a US giveaway only, and not because I don't mind sending out of the country. I have before. My very first winner for 2K was in the UK. I've sent boo boxes to Canada. Actually, let's talk about that for a second. Well, okay, let me finish my thought. If you win and you're not in the US, I will offer you a free reading in place of the Edgar Allan Poe tarot, and then I will choose somebody else to actually win the box. But if you are chosen and you are in the US, then I will ship the box out to you. If you don't want tarot and you prefer the private reading because just tarot is not your vibe, you can let me know, and we'll just keep rolling over the box to whoever is into tarot and would like to win that. So that is always an option. I'm never going to force tarot on anybody who doesn't want to practice or associate themselves, but I do appreciate you guys still being here and being a part of these giveaways and helping the channel grow. So just know I am open to always to give back to you guys. So if you're the winner, just be honest with me. If it's something you're not going to utilize and you would rather have a private reading with me, that is always an option here. Or you can pass on it, right? You may have just commented your thoughts randomly and you ended up winning, and you don't want a private reading, you don't want the tarot cards, and you can always pass. So that's an option. It is the Charlie Kirk security detail reading. Go drop a comment there. I will be choosing a winner very soon. For this video today, oh guys, it's been a long day. I've done quite a few private readings today, or this weekend actually. I did 3 yesterday. I've done 3 today. And now I need to go get my nails done and get ready for an important meeting I have tomorrow. But I just wanted to get on here and talk to you guys. I miss you so much. On the boo baskets, let me just touch on that really quick since I'm already here. I am fully aware of how extremely expensive these boxes were to send out, and I just can't express enough how thankful I am that you guys still chose to participate, and you guys kind of took one for the team there and paid the hefty postage to bless one of your little hive sisters with a fun little treat for Halloween. And you know, I just want to publicly acknowledge that it was very expensive, and I just want you guys to know that I also am feeling that. I've sent out 9 or 10. You know, to be honest, I just keep taking boxes to the post office as I put them together and choose random names from my list to just send gifts out to. And I have already spent $250 in postage alone. And that's not counting the Canada box. So I will be sending another Canada box, which, you know, the $250 was from last week. So $250 in postage alone, not to mention the goodies inside of the box. So trust me, I'm feeling the effects of the postage, but having us all do this together makes it that much better, right? For me, it made it worth it. It's like, yes, postage is expensive and all of us are spending a lot of money sending these out, but we have 30 gifts out in the mail, guys. 30 Hive sisters here are getting blessed with a fun little surprise in the mail. And we did that. We built this community. We are loving on each other, and it's a sacrifice. And I just wanted to acknowledge that and thank you guys for participating. And also, just to kind of preface, before we get into Secret Santa, which we will be getting into the first week of November, I just want to be completely open and honest about the shipping costs. If you guys are participating, I will do my best to get you guys somebody close or even in your state, but that's not guaranteed. And, you know, I think if you guys want to participate, it's just going to be something that you're going to have to kind of come to terms with, that the shipping could possibly be quite expensive. I think the most expensive one that I sent was like $52. I won't give you guys anybody out of the country. Anyone I couldn't pair up in Canada, I took on as their boo buddy so that I absorbed that cost for you guys. And I would have done it for anybody in the UK or otherwise. I did not specify who could participate and who couldn't. I was going to see who just wanted to participate. And then if I didn't get buddies in the same country, I was going to absorb that cost. And I have. For Secret Santa, same thing. I will try to pair you guys up the best that I can. You know, Amazon is always an option, looking at gifts that you can just go through Amazon and send to your buddy and let them cover the shipping costs and things like that. You know, if you don't actually want to put it together yourself. I personally enjoy putting them together myself, but that is totally up to you. If you just want to participate, buy either a funny or cute or special little gift from Amazon and do it that way. I mean, there's different options. You can buy virtual Starbucks cards. I know there's like virtual little gift cards you can buy if you know somebody's town that they live in. And, you know, I have a friend who lives in Texas, and sometimes I do that for, you know, just because, or her birthday or holidays. Like, I'll just send her a little text code that says, hey, Destiny just sent you a $25 gift card to this ice cream place that's like a block away from her apartment in Texas, you know, something like that. So there's other options where you don't have to pay crazy shipping. But if you are participating for Secret Santa, just prepare for that. The average cost I'm seeing anywhere from like $22 to $32. And, you know, you might be able to get away with, you know, $18 to $20 shipping if your states are close. But I mean, it could be all over the board. So aside from just the Secret Santa, just prepare for shipping. And if you can't take on that financial responsibility right now, like, don't feel bad. It's totally fine. I just wanted you guys to know that going into saying you want to participate for Secret Santa, because I think a lot of the Boo sisters, at least a handful of them, I think I got maybe like 6 or 7 emails from you guys saying like, holy cow, I sent the package, but I was not expecting shipping to be that much. And trust me, I get it, and I'm feeling it too. So I just wanted to say that. Thank you guys for participating. Let you guys know shipping is very expensive. There are other options, but we will be doing Secret Santa, and I'm so excited because Boo baskets have been so fun. And I keep getting emails too, like, oh, mine is going out tomorrow. Mine went out last night. Like, there's still a ton that are in the mail this week, guys. So if you haven't gotten yours yet, be patient, stay tuned. They're coming. Yeah, a lot of you guys have responded to my emails, keeping me in the loop with when they're going out, sending me tracking numbers. And there is still a lot of baskets that haven't made their way to their homes yet. So keep an eye on your mail and those goodies coming. Okay, diving into channeling John O'Keefe to see if he can give us any information about what happened to Charlie Kirk, because he's just very direct, easy to communicate with. And I'm still just curious on everything that we're reading. I never expected to be reading all the crazy conspiracies and rabbit holes we've gone down with Charlie's energy, and it's fascinating and also a little bit unhinged and crazy and unbelievable and all the things, all the feelings, all the things. So who better than to bring in John O'Keefe just to say, hey buddy, how are you? Help us understand this or give us another piece to the puzzle. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to invite him here, say a prayer of protection over you guys, pull a few cards. Hopefully this isn't a crazy long reading because I really have to go before the nail salon closes. It is 4:20 my time. Okay, guys. Father God, Holy Spirit, watch over me and anybody tuning in to view this message. Keep us safe and covered in the white light of heaven. I ask that you keep any low vibrational meddling energies out of our space. We are welcoming John O'Keefe here, and Charlie, if you're there, you are always welcome here within this energy, talking about you and your situation. But John, my friend, I'm so excited to welcome you back and ask you for some information about Charlie and what could have happened and just the ways of the world right now and what everyone's feeling and going through. If you have any insight you would like to share, you are absolutely welcome here to utilize the energy within the space to bring the message forth for everybody's highest good. Thank you, Father God, for guiding this reading and allowing me the discernment to interpret the messages as accurately as I can. Amen. All right, John. Welcome back, my friend. You have quite the fan base here on the channel. I think I got literally like 4,000 subscribers from the whole Karen Reed thing and channeling John. So all of my John O'Keefe groupies that are here from that energy, thank you so much for being here. You guys literally doubled my channel, and I love that you guys adore him as much as I do. He's just such a beautiful soul, and I'm happy to call on him for guidance on other cases, and I hope you guys enjoy these also. I'm doing these for you guys as much as myself. I could sit here and channel John O'Keefe myself. I could journal with him. I could pull cards with him and just come on camera and tell you guys what I was getting. But I know you guys are here for it. You love this energy. So I continue to bring him back on camera for you guys. So drop a comment, say hello, like the video, do all those things. Help this video make it out into the algorithm. It's very, very much appreciated. I knew it. I was like, I'm going to keep shuffling because it feels like there's another jumper, and there it is. Okay, so for whatever reason, we're taking 2 of these cards. This is the Enchanted Map. Stuck in the Mud is at the bottom. So Field of Dreams with Moonlight. Here we have fairies again. Okay, John, you're going to have to help me understand what this fairy energy is. That is so bizarre. Fairies and eggs. What the heck? Oh, and that's another fairy. I was so caught up in these fairies, I didn't see this fairy. And then look at the hourglass here again with timing reference. That energy came through a lot with Sebastian Rogers, and now it's like showing itself again with Charlie's energy, this timing, significance around timing. And fairies. What the heck, man? So I just want to show you guys, like, yes, there are fairies in this deck, but there's a lot of other cards too. So, I mean, us getting 2 fairy cards when this energy of fairies has been significant here is not a coincidence at all. It's definitely a synchronicity. It's a sign. It's a message, and we need to put our heads together. And look, somebody's alarm is going off now. We need to put our heads together and figure out what the heck the fairy energy is. Interesting. So this says, be clear about your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Concentrate on your best life, regardless of the temporary outer conditions imposed upon you by the greater world, which has its own story to tell. You have a basket full of seeds that are quite powerful, for your talents are divinely inspired and will indeed lead to a great harvest to be shared with others. You will reap what you have sown. Dream big, dream beautiful, take action, and tend to the garden of your life and experience the extraordinary. Reaping what you've sown. The moonlight. Your intuition allows you to see beyond the mundane, logical, and analytical. Follow it. Moonlight beckons. Come and trust your intuition to lead you into places that may not seem logical. Your hunches will be right on target. Resist second-guessing yourself, for your alternative perception is especially sharp right now. You can see beyond the surface of things and truly read between the lines. This is a good time to use oracle cards or other systems of divination to gain information. Remember that the language of intuition is a symbolic one. It comes subtly through a hunch, a tingling, a clear sound, or an animal or an object crossing your path. Spirit is sending you these messages to help you. Success is yours if you follow the signs. So again, like, don't second guess yourself. Follow these little rabbit holes. Follow the signs that Spirit continues to give us. Trust that these are like little Easter eggs and they mean something. I feel like confirmation from John on the other side that we are on the right track with where we're going. It seems woo-woo and conspiracy and, you know, out of touch with reality. And, you know, people who are pro Erica Kirk are like, how dare you? You know, it's like, but it's like, stay focused. Stay connected to your intuition. Follow the signs and synchronicities. It is divinely guided and it's messages from beyond. And to just really lean into that is what I'm taking from that. Stop analyzing and overthinking. Stop second guessing. Don't be insecure about your abilities. Amazing. Trust your intuition. Your hunches are right on target. Field of Dreams. All right, let's keep going. I pulled out this deck for a private reading. I just did the Cosmic Dreamscapes, and I'm feeling called to get one here, and then we'll get 2 tea leaves, and then we'll dig into the tarot. John, can I get 1 card from the Cosmic Dreamscapes? He's like, sure. Or I'll give you 2. And look how perfectly this aligns with what we've already been feeling. Virgo, tidy up your life, cleaning house. The very first reading, like I said, we did for Charlie was the hive cleanup energy with increasing contrast to weed out darkness with a bright new beginning ahead. It's that. It's tidying up your life for a bright new beginning, taking a new direction, going in a new path, weeding things, people, places, objects, contracts, all of the above. Tidying up your life. A mass purging was happening. And then look here, under the deck is fight the good fight. Fight the good fight. Ooh, and under that is Mercury with dive into the details. Charlie was getting way too... He was standing up for the truth and what was right in terms of digging up information, finding out details, and then deciding to stand on the side of truth about what he was finding out and whatever research he was doing or whatever was coming to light within his life. It called for like a mass purging, a cleanup with new beginnings. The path ahead was going to be divided. It's like here this figure is like splitting the waters, and then here there's a path forward. And there's, again, 2 sides, a left and a right, a light and a dark, a right and a wrong, a good and a bad, or whatever you want to call it. There was literally a path being forged, splitting 2 things as it relates to cleaning up the energy. Wow, flute. Disappointment in a friend or lover. If that's not John clarifying betrayal by a friend or a lover. Disappointment. Disappointment, wow. Disappointment, tidying up your life, a new beginning ahead. And I feel like he was doing this in the dark, having intimate conversations about his plans, and that's where the betrayal happened. His plans, the plan that keeps coming through to Erica, like, you know the plan. There was a plan that was talked about in the shadows, in the dark, with close confidants, people he trusted, and I feel like that is where this betrayal came from. That information got out, not necessarily that that person pulled the trigger, but it's like he confided in someone who gave information that caused the ending of his life, ultimately, is what I feel. And somebody close to him, a friend or a lover, literally, who he told secrets to about his plan to purge. Peace and harmony. Bright new beginnings ahead. Peace and harmony. Both of these are like musical instruments. We have flute and wind chimes. Charlie also died in Virgo season. All right, John, what else can you tell us? I mean, again, John is just so incredible with how matter-of-fact he is. And disappointment in a friend or lover, like how much more direct could you get with the tea leaf that I'm pulling random out of 200 cards over there? John, thank you for just always being so clear. Ooh. Can I get 2 cards? 2 more cards from... This is the... Everybody always asks about this deck. This is the Midnight, from the Midnight Oracle shop on Etsy. It's the Secret Wisdom of Bees. Okay, we have 2 cards. The Mother and Pregnancy card. This is the Muse, the Stylist, the Painter, the Model, the Photographer. This is all things beauty related. This is basically Erica Kirk, mother. It could talk about just her being the mother of his children. It could also refer to confirmation of pregnancy. Or her being like the muse that was sent to him. Disappointment. I don't know why I feel like I need to take a deep breath before I turned over this card. Winner, winner. Stroke of luck. Stroke of luck. Blessings, like pregnancy. Like, what are the odds she would be pregnant? Leaving one more piece of him behind. Like, that would be this energy. Wow, okay, so I had to cut the video there because I had an unexpected visitor. Cindy, if you're watching this, you're going to find this hilarious if you watch your second reading that I did for you, because we got the unexpected visitor card in your reading, and then a lot of energy around, you know, your mom coming through and things like that, and my mom just showed up unexpectedly. And that was not good. Not good. Had to wipe the whole desk. Put all this away in like 3 seconds. They were at my door ready to come in, and I'm like, oh fuck. So I wonder if that was John's way of also getting a very clear message across to me, because that never happens. My son was supposed to be going back to her house, and I was supposed to pick him up after my nail appointment, and they showed up here randomly. All 4 of them. Like, completely unexpected. Where I had to clean up really quickly. I had to hide something I was doing because of an unexpected visitor, or somebody coming who wasn't invited, somebody who wasn't planned to be there. Unexpected visitor. Well, I was able to send them off and then come back. So I tried to bring out the cards and put everything back together the way it was before I had to throw all this to the side, which is interesting. It's giving me that energy of having to like clear off, clean up, unexpectedly, like rush to clean something up, the evidence of what you were doing. Cleaning up the evidence of what you were doing. Because somebody shows up unexpectedly. Like, maybe a meeting's happening and somebody shows up unexpectedly, and then it's like having to like clean things off, make it look like you weren't in a meeting doing what you were doing. Feeling kind of frantic about it. I know I just felt super frantic about that. It was my son, his girlfriend, my parents. Like, it just, I was here channeling John in the zone. And that just like threw me way off. So I think that could also be significant. let's just keep going. I don't have much time now. That just kind of threw a wrench in my plans, and I do still have to run some errands before everything starts closing around here on Sunday night. So, John, I apologize for the delay if that was all part of your plan. Mission accomplished, because you just completely rattled me. So thank you for that. Also, I do think, though, that there was warning from Spirit, because I was getting an unexpected visitor to the home in the private reading I was just doing before this. Almost like Spirit was telling me, like, hey, your mom's on her way over. And my little shithead son, he usually texts me if they're coming here, or, you know, what their plans are. Usually be like, hey, Grandma and Papa are coming over, we're coming over, they're taking me home, or something like that, you know. And he didn't, that little shithead. Yeah, so somebody close to me who knew I would want the heads up that she's coming didn't tell me they were coming. And he knows that I want to know when my mom is on her way over here. My mom and I have a weird relationship. I love her to death. We're so close. She's my best friend. But there's also just things where he knows I want to know when they're coming over, type thing. So he would have known that for sure and did not give me the heads up. So again, I wonder if that has something to do with the same situation we're reading on today. Liberty. Release the chains of the past. We get the chain card a lot in the Shadows of the Middle Ages. Release the chains of the past, like this tidying up your life and new beginnings, cutting the things that are keeping you chained. This says dance to the rhythm of possibility. Liberty and justice for all. Freedom. John, what else can you tell us about Charlie Kirk and his situation? What happened to him? Embrace change. Allow the universe to align with your intentions. Going forward. Liberty. Releasing the chains, stepping forward, embracing change, and healing. See through illusions, navigate dangers, and find solace in therapy's guidance. Breaking free, releasing the chains, moving forward, embracing the change, and then seeing through the illusions and healing that. Healing whatever illusion of truth that you had after you've seen the truth. Finding out the truth about something and then breaking free from it. Seeing it for what it is and choosing a different direction. Slide is here at the bottom in the shadow side, which is skimming over the surface, a loss of direction, losing balance or control, childish people acting cold around you. Childish people and losing control of the situation. All right, we're going to continue with the Soul Cats Tarot, and then I had the Mermaid Tarot out here somewhere. What did I do with it? Oh, I see it. Dang it, I'm gonna have to get up and go get it. Okay. All right, John. Tell me more about this disappointment in a friend or lover. Can you give me more information as to who he was disappointed in terms of somebody he trusted? Can you give me energy around who this person could be or the situation surrounding this disappointment? Three of Wands in the Chariot. That's travel and overseas. At a distance. Somebody at a distance. Somebody who would have had to travel, an unexpected visitor from a distance. You know, in one of the very first readings I ever did for Charlie, the dog came out which said a distant friend. And there was, I think, the message card there, like a message from a distant friend. And there we have that same energy. A friend from a distance. Usually I wouldn't take a stack like that, but I'm feeling called to, just based on the energy that I felt in the way that it just came out. So let's see what these are. The Fool again, the Empress, 10 of Cups, the Empress with the family, and the 4 of Swords. I was asking about this disappointment in a friend or a lover. Where did it go? Oh. Asking about who he was disappointed in. The Fool. The Empress, which is definitely this card. Cleaning house with the Empress, and this is the family card. This is the wife. This is a disappointment in his lover. 4 of Swords. Again, something about this moonlight and like being stabbed in the back with the person that you lay next to. Person he told things to, I feel like maybe he knew he only told Erica something. Like maybe if he was suspecting things coming out into the open, maybe he like only told her something in confidence or in bed or something like that, to where it was a very intimate time to where nobody else could have overheard or walked in the office or seen an email or a text, something like that, where I feel like would have given him direct insight into if his own wife was saying things that he was telling her, like testing her almost. Wow, that's interesting. Testing to see if what he was telling her was getting out, and doing it in a way that only she would know certain details. Even if he was telling her like, oh, I just had a meeting with so-and-so and this is what I told him because this is what I'm feeling, but he never really had that meeting with so-and-so. And then if it came out, it was like, oh, well, so-and-so must have told him. You know what I mean? It's giving me that energy where he was starting to almost be a little bit paranoid, questioning everybody around him, and maybe even in his own way, trying to find out who and what needed to be purged. And I think he was doing this with everybody close to him. But in terms of a disappointment in a friend or a lover, we literally got Empress with 10 of Cups. When I asked John about that, and so direct. The mother to his children is literally right here. The person he lays his head down with. The rest card, where you find rest. The woman you find rest with, who is raising your children, is who that disappointment is in. Wow. Leave it to John to just be like, you asked. And more clarification here. We have the Emperor and the King of Swords, and there we have another pyramid. The Emperor, the unexpected visitor, possibly from overseas, at a distance. We have a masculine, an emperor, a world leader, possibly, that is the energy of emperor, and somebody foreign. This could be anybody, guys. I'm not going to say it's any one specific area, but I'm just saying what I see, and then however that plays out. Five of Swords. Ooh, betrayal. I think there was an Empress giving information to an Emperor and a King of Swords. It was a betrayal of information from his spouse. As it relates to two men, somebody in their inner circle and somebody of higher importance, higher authority. There's somebody of higher authority and then somebody else. And a betrayal. It's an unfair fight. Like, he didn't stand a chance against these two. Once these two got wind of something, it was like there was nothing that could be done. Even if this person, his wife, his friend, whoever, regrets saying what they said, or maybe they thought they had good intentions, there is guilt there, because it was a done deal once this information was given or came out. It literally put the nail in the coffin for Charlie, and whether or not it was the intention, it was known to be a possibility. And I think there is a fine line between not thinking that that could have happened based on you giving up this information, but also maybe not fully believing it would go that way, that things would get resolved. It's like, I don't know, let's ask, let's clarify. Did this Empress know that by giving up this information that this would be the outcome? Was there knowledge that this would be the outcome based on their knowledge? I'm also seeing a rat right here, because the way I have the cards, there's a rat right up into the Empress ear, almost like they're feeding her back information also. Or even like there was a rat giving her, look at this. I didn't even notice this, but because I have the card here, it's all I can see. So it's kind of highlighting this portion. Look at this. Look at it up close. In the Empress's ear is a rat, a mouse. In her ear. Is she wearing like an earpiece? Somebody listening? Or is someone also giving her information? Like it's a two-way street. She gave information, but she's getting information also. Okay, John, can you tell us if the Empress knew what the outcome would be based on things she was saying or telling somebody, telling an Emperor? Did she know this would get her husband killed? Or vice versa, is the rat that's telling her something, they know that this would get her husband killed? However this is going. King of Cups. Page of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. The Lovers at the bottom. We will continue to clarify, but this is looking like with King of Cups and Knight of Wands, that is the player energy, that is the in and out energy. It's the quote unquote other guy, the fling, the side piece, whatever. The world makes me think maybe foreign, somebody who would have to fly in to see Queen of Pentacles. Somebody's here for a good time, not a long time, comes in, gets what he wants, and then this energy of like a love child. I don't know if this is one of the current kids or a future kid. The Lovers with Justice. Ten of Swords, a betrayal on his marriage with the Lovers. Uh-oh. Maybe disappointment in a friend and a lover. His wife having relations with somebody he was also close to, like a friend. And maybe between the two of them, Erica and whoever this Knight of Wands guy is are sharing information amongst each other, like, oh, he told me this, and then like Charlie would go to the office and he would confide in his friend, and oh, I heard this at the office, or you know, we had a meeting with this person, and you know, she would say, oh, and he told me that he told you guys this, but this is the real plan. It's giving me like a sharing things with somebody that she was maybe intimately close with in an inappropriate way, whether that means she actually stepped out and cheated on him and had a love child before he died, or if this is something that there was just feelings there and confiding in each other about secrets, where she crossed over a line in terms of betrayal and sharing secrets. Maybe nothing sexual per se, but maybe she did cross a boundary in her marriage with just being emotionally attached to this man, and then maybe now that he's passed over, they develop something, and a future child could come out of this. You know, it could go many different ways here, but there is an energy of her confiding secrets in somebody, and possibly somebody who he would also consider a friend. Again, whether or not she actually stepped out of her marriage, I cannot say. Tell me about Page of Cups. Nine of Cups. Nine of Pentacles. Oh. Maybe he's... This is like a new relationship. Page of Cups could be a new relationship after Charlie's passing, because here we see the single woman having options and then going after something that makes her happy. Like exploring a new relationship. I don't think this will be public for a really long time, but I feel like the person she does emotionally connect with in the future might have something to do with the past events. It might even be a friend of his. This happens a lot. If you guys watched This Is Us, the mom, Mandy Moore, she plays the mom. She ended up marrying her husband's best friend after he died because she found comfort in that. They could talk about him together, and his kids didn't really understand it. They gave him a hard time for it, but it's like, it's that energy, somebody that was close to him, where maybe she emotionally opened up to or talked to a lot about things that were going on. In some way they were giving each other information back and forth. It could have been completely harmless, something that ended up getting him killed though, got into the wrong hands. I feel like he was starting to become aware of it, that people he trusted, maybe information was getting out and he was looking into it. He was getting ready to do like a mass purging. But then as we move forward into the energy, I think this will become more apparent to us based on who she becomes public with in the future and what that ends up looking like. But I feel like there will be past residue of before Charlie in some way, whether it's a friend, an ex. It's in the future going back to the past, if that makes sense, in terms of her dating and how that plays out. I don't know. Let me grab the other deck here and get a couple final messages, and then I have got to go. All right, John. Thank you for giving us information about Erica and what was going on in terms of the energy around the disappointment in a friend or lover. Can you now help us understand who actually did this, who pulled the trigger, and what the energy was behind that motivation, and what caused his actual ending in this illusion of the truth that the media is feeding us around what happened? Can you give us any insight into who actually did this, any truth, concrete truth around the people or person who killed Charlie? Two of Swords. Could be two people, highlighting two shooters. Five of Cups is in reverse. This is the regret card, and Page of Pentacles. Could this be Tyler and regret? This is younger energy, but I'm seeing the energy of two. So two, a younger person, sadness and regret. I don't know. Let's just get a full spread out and see what we can pull together from this. This deck upside down. Knight of Wands. That's, again, that younger male. I would consider that like Tyler in terms of the question we're asking now. Knight of Wands. The Moon. Hiding the truth. Six of Swords. I'm almost feeling like between the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands, they're this energy of being two people who had to do this, or two things had to come together for this to be truly concealed, to cause confusion, and to keep the truth hidden here. And there's something about having to look at it inverted or upside down to see the truth, because they're almost so similar. Like, I'm getting this young energy here of like, even if Tyler Robinson, was one of the two to cause this distraction, it's like the other guy was young also. This guy might only have been like 25 or 26. Like, I know there's speculation that it could have been like a trained sniper, military operation, somebody was there, but I think even if so, this person is also young. Even in the last reading we did, I think it was the security detail, it was the younger man that came out, and we obviously know Tyler's involved in some way or another. We know it's his grandfather's gun that they have. They have, you know, these text messages, whether they're true or not. You know, I'm not here to dispute any of that. Tyler Robinson is an obvious suspect, but then there's somebody else, and I think they're not much older than Tyler, because Tyler I see being this Page of Pentacles, but then this Knight of Wands would be also like in his 20s, also very young. There's regret here, but there's something about like finding the truth in the illusion by looking at it upside down, almost like taking a picture or a video and flipping it upside down, or watching a video in reverse can give you, why am I seeing that? Okay, I'm seeing it like inverted, like either inverting the colors, could be going back to this whole contrast light and dark thing. Like if you invert the colors and look at the way people move when you just like look at it in like night vision, or I don't know, I'm seeing like the inverted colors, or it's like turning a video upside down and watching how people move when you're looking at it upside down, or like flipping something over, playing it backwards. Like maybe if it's not actually looking at it upside down, maybe it's go through a video footage or go through your notes backwards, like go backward. It's something about like flipping it upside down is how you're going to get to the energy of the truth, because the way that it's constructed, the way that the illusion is constructed is this mirroring image of two similar things, but something about finding the truth is doing it backwards, upside down, or inverted. I don't know really what that means. If this is like footage of the day, or if this is paperwork, or if this is reading the energy, or if this is watching podcasts, old interviews, something about clarity in reverse, upside down, flipping it over, flipping something over, flipping something over. Interesting, we're actually playing native flute sounds. I just keep looking up at this card. Tell us about cutting through the smoke and mirrors in terms of flipping something upside down. What is this? This card talks about picture perfect also. So picture perfect, and I keep seeing something like flipped or inverted. On display, turn it over. Staff. Your staff. Your staff? A shakedown? This card came out, if we literally follow the advice of John and turn it over. This says overuse of power and authority, losing wealth and focus. Too much expectation and pressure. It came out this way. Flip it over. And then this is the card of staff. His staff, somebody he worked with. Whoa. Puzzle. If we read it without flipping it, it says, someone will come to your aid. Strategic and patient. Confidence, resolving a problem, maybe resolving a problem with your staff. But if we flip this one over also, it says struggling to solve problems. Lack of knowledge and clarity. That's the smoke and mirrors. Losing wealth and focus. An overuse of power, pressure, struggling to solve the problem, lack of knowledge and clarity, lacking the knowledge and clarity to cut through the smoke and mirrors, confusion, mistakes, disconnections, and frustration. His staff, I believe, are going to be a key puzzle piece in getting to the truth of something that they're hiding. that was going on with Charlie, meetings that they had, unexpected visitors, things like that. There's a missing puzzle piece that has to do with the Phoenix staff, because I kept getting Phoenix and I kept getting connections around work. So I believe it's somebody that worked in the Phoenix headquarters, to be specific. Diamond. You will be receiving a precious gift. Maybe somebody within the office who was rewarded for information. This energy of gift, recognition, reward continues to come up too. Maybe something with the staff, the puzzle piece, the illusion. There's a gift in there somewhere. Receiving a gift, somebody received a gift, somebody will receive a gift. There could be a piece to this puzzle that has to do with a gift that was received. That's crazy how you can literally go back through all of my Charlie readings, and I don't think not one video so far has not mentioned something about receiving a gift. I'm going to try to keep this short, guys. I will continue to channel John for other readings. I will bring him back with Charlie, and I will actually do probably like a split spread where I ask from John's perspective, from outside of the box, what that energy looks like, and then we'll pull Charlie's perspective from his inside energy and just do like a split spread, since it seems to be the theme here for Charlie's energy is the splitting of the energies. So stay tuned for a part 2 with John, because I would like to do a much longer reading where I'm not interrupted or in a hurry. So we'll come back to that this week. John, what is the final message for the energy of Charlie Kirk and what happened to him? Diamond could also be the wedding ring, the disappointment in a friend or a lover. The staff in the puzzle could literally be connection to his wife. I don't know. What is the final message here, John? Final message. Bloom in the Mud is at the bottom, and we had Stuck in the Mud at the bottom of the deck in the map oracle. I'm forgetting the name of it. Enchanted map, I think is what it's called. Stuck in the Mud, and this says Bloom in the Mud. Invite your monsters to tea. And then this says welcome the unwelcomed. Somebody showed up unexpectedly. I don't think that's a coincidence what happened when I had to cut the video, and literally the message I was just getting in the reading I did right before getting into this energy. Welcome the unwelcomed with invite your monsters to tea and play. I feel like lots of mushrooms here. Snakes in this blonde woman's hair. The energy of children. A blonde female, a snake, something that is unwelcome. Having tea with your monsters. Why not? Let's read both of them and then I will wrap it up. If you guys haven't already, please like the video, drop a comment, say hello, subscribe if you haven't. Card 45. Those pesky details, the unwelcome news, the nagging anxious thoughts. They're a tangle of snakes we can't seem to shake, but nothing shows up in our experience that isn't on our side. Challenges happen for you, not to you. They are a gift from your wielding soul self. Their aim is to shape you into the person your soul wanted to become before you ever arrived on this planet. This can be hard to believe and even harder to embody, but your soul never draws experience to you that can't be used as a transformative process. Changing your perspective is easier than trying to change the world. See your circumstances as temporary guests in your life. As Rumi once said, this being human is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival. A joy, a depression, a meanness, some momentary awareness comes as an holy shit. A joy, a depression, a meanness, some Momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. You see that? Where is it? Right there. Unexpected visitor. It was just in the last reading. It happened right in the middle of this reading. And again, an unwelcomed visitor. Fascinating. Showing up, bringing a gift, or disguised as a gift. Somebody showed up bringing gifts, and it looked like to everybody else, oh, how sweet, they came to bring you a gift. Something like that. Whoa. Let's take a look at card 6, shall we? Some unwelcomed visitor, an unexpected visitor came to play. I don't think Charlie wanted to play. Life dances with death every day. Didn't one of these cards up here talk about liberty? Dance to the rhythm of possibilities. With breaking free, breaking the chains. Life dances with death every day. We may not always be aware of it, but the death of a project or dream or relationship gives space for new to be birthed. Oh my God. I'm going to show you guys this card. The cells in your body continuously die off to make room for the arrival of fresh new cells. The way to manage this dance between life and death, bitter and sweet, is to play. Lick the lolly, eat the cupcake, take the ride. Paint your nails or your living room walls a shocking, playful hue. Dance while you make breakfast. Find yourself a swing and see how high you can fly. Color inside or outside the lines, just color. Whatever else is going on right now, do yourself a favor and disconnect from the drama by indulging in ridiculousness. The death of a project, a dream, or a relationship, possibly with this blonde snake who he was married to. Breaking free from that chain, seeing the truth, talks of divorce, something that was coming to light, knowing she was about to lose everything if this affair became public or something like that. Shit, I don't know. This ending kind of threw it into like talking more again about Erica and something just being off here. Like I said, we will keep diving into this energy. I will bring John back. I know you guys love him. I love him. Thank you, John, for joining us today and giving us very clear, easy to follow messages. As always, it is always, always a pleasure to have you here, to channel you, and to just sit in your presence. Thank you again. Thank you, Charlie, for being here as well. And thank you guys for tuning in today, for all the ways you support the channel. I love you. I hope you guys have a beautiful week ahead. I don't know when I'll be back here, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. We will see, depending on when I'm able to get back. I have another busy week planned, but stay tuned. Your private readings are on the way, and I will be back as soon as I can. I love you guys. Bye.